This is the kind of battle cry Little Richard would come up with. This whole city is built on ice, so it's gotta be too thick for this stupid... Nickelodeon movies. Reading. Also, if you're gonna make me read exposition to open the movie, I should at least not come away from it more confused than before. It's kind of cute how they thought they were gonna make 3 of these things.
Unfortunately.
This ball of water shouldn't be able to retain its size and shape if it's losing this much water. You're not seriously suggesting this completely dry dude was just doused by that ball of water, are you? Wait a minute, this movie's about white people? 3 minutes in and we already have exposition by reading and exposition by narration. Why are they even bothering to show us images at all? The green screen effects would be outstanding if this was a student film. This guy seems surprised the ice starts breaking after he hits it with his primitive hunting stick in an attempt to break it. This little girl thinks she's a doctor.
He's exhausted.
I don't really have any personal need for the Avatar to be played by an Asian kid. I just kind of thought he was going to be.
Bring me
Sure.
all your elderly!
Sure, man. All yours. I mean, have you tried taking care of an old person? The fire trick is somehow enhanced by air karate.
Because I'm the responsibility.
I don't want to say anything bad about child actors, but I will. They suck. Well, now we know where at least one of the
Not
wild
all of
things
them.
are. Or is. This boat doubles as a letter opener.
Little boy might be the Avatar.
Well, then why didn't you name your movie Avatar?
What is the spirit world, Grandma?
Well, it's not a place made up of things you can touch.
Oh, sort of like a strip club. Also, later in the movie, they totally touch the moon spirit, so Grandma's a liar.
How to escape.
Because if you do, we'll just stand here and do nothing.
Oh, God.
Ong flew us to his home.
More narration in this movie than there is actual lines of on-screen dialogue.
Yeah.
Is it okay if you tell me your name?
The monks named me Ong.
You just called him by his name when you were narrating the exposition. Ong is oblivious to the fact that his entire culture is dead and in ruins. Shouldn't the white kids have told him about his culture being wiped out, I don't know, sometime before arriving at the Field of Bones? Ong has no respect for the dead. Oh, so he's the little kid from Looper. Dude, I'm only half paying attention, and even I know she does the opposite of everything you said. Ran out of special effects budget? Oh, f*** it, just blur the background.
They haven't been able to conquer big cities like Ba Sing Se. But they're making plans, I'm sure.
Because I'm a 10-year-old girl and I know stuff. Ong must have wanted to be captured, right? Because he's already proven he's more powerful than these guys. It's nice of the different tribes to wear their own official color so I can tell them all apart.
Those who could not bend were
nice.
allowed to live in peace if we were imprisoned.
Got it. So the firebenders are the Nazis. This girl's supposed to be stupid, right? Like she's that way in the original cartoon?
Don't be afraid!
Whatever you say, stupid annoying girl. Takes a well-choreographed dance routine with 6 dudes to make a boulder gently float toward the bad guy. Nut shot. Not cool, bro.
Why can't the Avatar have a family?
Why can't this movie have a script? Is the staff really necessary? The Fire Nation is able to use a boat to follow 3 people traveling mostly by air muppet. Wouldn't it be helpful if the movie explained why sometimes Ong kicks bad guys' asses and other times he just lets himself get captured like a chump?
The Fire Nation has stolen knowledge of us from the Great Library.
Then maybe it was a bad idea to store it all on paper. Ong takes on bad guys one at a time while his rescuer gets swarmed.
What is this?
The commander's surprised to see the Airbender is able to bend air. I'm surely not the first one to point out that the back of this chick's head looks like a penis, but that doesn't mean I'm not still gonna say it. The back of this chick's head looks like a penis.
I must assign a guard with you at all times, Princess.
I'll do it.
Oh,
Whatever
God.
you say, horny kid we just met.
Talk to my father.
Screaming is a good way to ruin your chances of hiding aboard this ship. Prince Zuko conveniently ends up right where the Avatar runs by. This is the kind of battle cry Little Richard would come up with. This whole city is built on ice, so it's gotta be too thick for these stupid drill helmets to go through. Also, drill helmets.
drill
A firebender
helmets.
and an airbender fight using karate instead of fire and air.
He's making fire out of nothing.
That's easy. Talk to me when he's making love out of nothing else. The Avatar just stands here watching people die and doing nothing. This isn't fighting. This is an Olympic gymnastics floor routine alongside a bunch of other people who are doing the real fighting. Ong waits until the battle has caused numerous casualties before doing what the dragon spirit told him to do in the beginning. Use the f***ing ocean. Yes, idiots, you should all run toward the tsunami wave. The Avatar doesn't look remotely ready to be the Avatar. I think he's gonna run away again. See, there's a reason these credits are showing up at the end instead of the beginning.
That was rough. Character writing. Paired with this music, it actually is kind of more fun to watch, honestly.
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's based on an animated show called Avatar: The Last Airbender. Oh, is it any good? People seem to love it, sir. So I figure it could be a good idea to, you know, take hours of storytelling and cram it into a 90-minute movie. I mean, that's probably fine. Yeah, no, it's probably not a big deal. So what happens in this thing? Well, the movie takes place in a world where, like, different people and tribes can, you know, control the elements like water, air, earth, fire. Oh, how do they do that? By moving their arms around slowly for quite some time. Doesn't sound super exciting. Yeah, no. It's gonna be like watching old people do Tai Chi in the park, just really taking their time with it. You know, moving their arms around, doing it real slow. Well, okay then. So anyway, then we're gonna meet this girl Katara and her brother Sokka or Saku or something. Oh, and what are they like? Oh, well, in the show, Sokka, he's a very funny character. Nice. Yeah. So we're not gonna do that in the movie. Oh, we're not? No, like I said, we gotta cram a bunch of episodes into a single movie, so there's no time for anyone to have, you know, personalities or character traits or anything. Yeah, probably not too important anyway. That's what I figured. So Katara, she can kind of water bend, right? So she accidentally drops a bunch of water on her brother. Oh, so he gets all wet? No. Oh, he doesn't. You know, a big ball of water dropped on him doesn't wet him at all. Well, we're off to a great start so far. Thank you. So anyway, then they stumble upon this boy that's been frozen in ice for 100 years. His name is Ong. And you're sure that these name pronunciations are the same as they are in the show? There's literally no way for me to verify that. Oh, that's too bad. And so this kid Ong can actually bend all the elements. He's this thing called the Avatar, and he's the last Airbender. That's the name of the movie. It is. Wow. So anyway, the Fire Nation have taken over the world, right? They're like the bad guys and they run the show. Okay. And we're gonna meet this Fire Nation Prince Zuko, and he really wants to get his hands on the Avatar so he can stop being exiled. He doesn't like being exiled. Oh, not being exiled is tight. It is pretty great, so he straight up kidnaps Ong, you know, he takes him. Very rude. So obviously Katara and Sokka, they're like, we gotta go get this kid, you know, he's our responsibility. Obviously. Wait, why is that obvious? I don't know. Did they bonded or something? Not really, no, because there's no time. We don't have time for that. Well, okay then. So then Ong manages to escape, and he flies away with Katara and Sokka. And where do they go? Well, they fly all the way to the place where Ong is from, and when they get there, Katara's like, hey, is it okay if I ask your name? What, she just now asks him what his name is? Yeah, no, I guess she didn't ask him that when they met him, or when they rescued him, or when they traveled with him for a long period of time. So Ong finds out that all his family and his people have been wiped out by the Fire Nation, so he's sad for several seconds. Very emotional. And then they're gonna head over to this Earth tribe where all these people are being held captive by the Fire Nation. And they're gonna be like, hey, you guys should totally rise up. Like, that'd be great if you did that. Why hadn't they risen up before? Unclear, but Ong and Katara, they're gonna be like, you guys have Earth right under your feet. You should use that to you know, stop the fire people. They hadn't thought of that? I guess not. Well, full disclosure, in the show, they were being held captive on the ocean, so there was no Earth for them to rise up with, but I decided to change that. Why? Oh, I'm just kind of changing things. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, I mean, sure, have fun with it, you know? So then there's gonna be this really intense moment where 6 Earth people, they come walking out and they're doing like this haka dance thing. Oh boy, I bet they're gonna bend a lot of Earth with that, huh? Not really, no. Oh? You know, they're gonna do that big dance and it's gonna kind of raise a single rock and they're gonna throw that at one guy. It's still kind of exciting, I guess. No, not really. Oh, okay, too bad. And so then Ong admits that he doesn't really know how to bend anything other than air, so they need to find him some teachers. Okay. So they head towards the Northern Water Tribe, and along the way, they free a bunch of other villages. Well, that's gonna be fun to see. No, we're not really gonna see any of that. Oh, we're not? Yeah, no, we gotta keep going with the story. So we're gonna say most of the interesting stuff in like a voiceover. Is that the best way to tell a story? Oh, I'm just following the first rule of screenwriting, sir. Tell, don't show. No, I think you got that backwards. No, I don't think so. It's like they say, you know, 1,000 pictures are worth a single word. That's also the opposite of the real one. Well, disagree to agree, I guess. That's also, okay, yeah, sure. So anyway, eventually they get to the Northern Water Tribe and they meet a bunch of waterbenders and Princess Penis Hair. What? And her and Sackboy, they fall in love right away, you know? So they're in love now. What makes them fall in love? The fact that we're gonna say that they're in love now in a voiceover narration. Are you sure we shouldn't be showing these moments instead of dumping them out in voiceover? Absolutely I am. Well, okay then. Screenwriter guy and producer guy became great friends during this conversation. They went on to fight many battles together and win several several wars. Of course, this had always been the prophecy. You see, when producer guy was a young child, he was told that he was the chosen one, like Neo in The Matrix. But because of a leather allergy, he didn't think he could live up to those high expectations, and he ran away to Hollywood. Also later, he and screenwriter guy would both become president of the United States. Together. Both they shared the job, like a tag team of presidents, one of which could not wear leather. And when aliens invaded, everyone was very grateful to have producer guy and screenwriter guy as co-presidents of the United States. Also, the building that they're in right now during this conversation is on fire, but they're gonna get out of it just fine. Don't even worry about it. Anyway, so then the Fire Nation, they attack the Water Kingdom. Oh no. Yeah, and this bad guy from the Fire Kingdom, he's gonna kill a fish, which is actually the moon spirit, which is actually where the water people get their power. Oh, I mean, okay. Yeah, don't worry. It's all going to be very clear to the audience because we're going to explain it verbally out loud with words. A whole lot of exposition. So then the princess, she's going to give her life to the fish because one time the moon spirit gave her life, and so it's like, yeah, okay, let's do that. Oh, well, great, I guess. I feel absolutely nothing. Well, that's fine. I mean, we don't really have time to make people feel things here. Shouldn't we try to make people feel things, though? Isn't that what movies are all about? Actually, no. Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah. So is it going to be tough for them to beat the Fire Nation? Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, Ong makes a really, really big wave, and everybody sees it, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, let's stop fighting now. Oh, well, great. Yeah, it all works out. So how does the movie end? Well, the leader of the Fire Nation, he's going to turn to his daughter and be like, hey, you got to get ready for the sequel, okay? Oh, he has a daughter. Yeah, we're barely going to mention her in the movie, but we're going to show her for a second at the end, and that's really going to tease the sequel. And you're sure this is going to be popular enough for people to want more movies, this adaptation with all the stuff removed? I mean, people love cheese and shredded cheese, so, I mean, what are you trying to say? I'm saying as far as I can tell, people don't mind if you take something they love and, tear it to pieces. You know what? That does sound like it makes sense. Let's do it.
Man, that movie sucked. Unlike many, my first experience with Avatar: The Last Airbender was through this film, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. I'm outside now. I had no idea what I was missing by watching this movie before the animated show. Seeing how I was unaware of the character growth and character moments that I had missed from the show, I felt that the movie did okay in its 90-minute runtime of showing what these characters experience. Years later, I watched the show. I realized just how much of a poo-poo movie that was that M. Night made. Shamalama Ding Dong had no idea what he was doing. As I reached the finale of the show on Nickelodeon, which, by the way, wasn't it weird that this show was on Nickelodeon? Like, it totally was not deserving of being on Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon didn't deserve this show. It should have been on HBO or, I don't know, something else. But nevertheless, getting to the climax of the Nickelodeon show, climax, I realized how great this show was and how trash that Shamalama Ding Dong Ding Dong Dang movie was. It's a travesty. Now Netflix was trying to bring back a live-action version of the show, but the creators left, and now I don't think that's being done either. I was looking forward to that. I was looking forward to seeing Aang, Sokka, Katara, and Toph on the big screen. Because Toph, really, honestly, come on guys, she was the best character. Whatever the case, I loved both the pitch meeting and the everything wrong with The Last Airbender. Seeing how they couldn't call it Avatar since the Blue Alien Avatar movie had come out already, and I guess they didn't want to confuse people because people are dumb or something, I don't know. Whatever the case, this movie is a travesty, should be destroyed, and honestly, we should be having somewhat of a Snyder movement for Avatar: The Last Airbender, so we can get true vision of what the movie should have been. Should have been closer to the TV show. But I guess we'll never see that, maybe. Who knows? Either way, thanks for watching. These videos were hilarious. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And to Brian Tidwell, Slepnear, Steve-O, K6013, Dash Milner, and Portal on Mobile 44, thanks for being a part of the Hyper Crew. I appreciate you guys. All my members, all my subscribers, even non-subscribers, thanks for watching. Before you go, hit that like button, check out some of our other videos, and watch the most recent reaction. See you on the next video.